Welcome back to Talking Truth Ministries, where I'm trying to help spread the truth in a world that is constantly lying to us. I'm your host, Gene Numerick, and thank you for joining me. I'm going to continue my series, The History of the Origin of the Trinity by Robert McFarland. I'm going to read chapter 2, and we'll go from there. Chapter 2, 3000 BC, the Sumerians. As the Sumerians have some of the oldest surviving records, we can now verify their main form of religious worship. They were very instrumental in passing on to subsequent generations several important achievements that were embellished by those later recipients, not the least of which was the art of writing. They were the first recorded inventors and users of a wheel. They developed master plans for the layout of the cities. They developed the court systems. In the book Ancient Civilizations by Time Life Student Library, it has been said that there are 10 prime characteristics that, when combined into an overall society, qualify as a true civilization: a surplus of food, a division of labor, an organized government, an organized religion, a class system, a written language, a system of laws, education for the young, public works, and technology. The Sumerians were the first to include all of these into a society that can now be established with evidence. While this is such a fascinating subject, our concern is to dwell primarily on the aspect of religion. There are now extremely accurate records to indicate the following understanding. What is known at the time of the writing of this book is that there were three main areas of worship in the Sumerian society. While they worshipped almost everything they saw and translated virtually every natural phenomenon into some reason of a god's pleasure or displeasure, rendering yet another new worship system or sect, it is unclear why they chose the number 3 as a primary number to list gods, and all other gods were some derivative of a singular or combination of those 3. Number 1 on the list is called An, spelled A-N. This god is the god of the heavens, the sun. Number 2 on the list is called Enlil. This god is the god of the air, the moon. Number 3 on the list is called Enki. This god is the god of the water, the earth. The Sumerians were also the first to introduce the goddess of fertility called Ishtar. Pagan agrarian societies were all fascinated with the daily viewing of the sun as it seemingly crossed the sky from east to west. Left to their own devices, they naturally attributed some kind of deity to this visible yet daily visitor to their lives. As they watched the sun die in the west, they included this observation in their own deaths and believed that when death overtook them, they too were on a ride going ever westward. So the more enterprising and ambitious began to merge a truly entrepreneurial concept into the society and called it religion. The primary reason this was created was to exercise income-generating control of the masses. We shall establish this reoccurrence throughout the study of ancient religions. Almost every cult and or religion had a threesome at the top and multiple entities falling in descending order with varying combinations. Yet one will be amazed at the continuity in this study. The primary god of worship is the sun. The secondary god of worship is the moon. The third god of worship is the earth, or mother god. Each civilization assigned different names in the local languages, but the triune worship flowed continuously: sun, moon, earth. While we do not know why the proceeding was designed as such, we do know that it was this way. The Sumerians did believe that gods lived on mountaintops, so they built ziggurats, countless ziggurats or stone pyramids all over the place. Interestingly, they all had 3 levels and were ascended by any of 3 passages. The Sumerians also believed that one should commune with gods continually, and since there would be no time left to go about the task of making a living, they cut stone images out in their apparent likenesses or formed some from clay and placed these with prayerful hands in reverence to the gods in places around the worship centers as a stand-in till the live owners could return with more offerings. The Sumerian civilization lasted about 1,000 years until the overuse of fields and shifting of the rivers caused a decline in the economic and social fabric, and things began to collapse. It was not long before a new face began to appear on the scene to pick up where the Sumerians left off. These were the Assyrians, or modern-day Iranians, who eventually fell to the Greeks, who likewise fell to the Romans. Historical fact is an important resource as we walk through this 3,000-year span of time. These revelations will be visited again as we open the Bible in later chapters and compare biblical facts with historical facts.